You check the charts, you see movement, you feel the rush, but your setup isn't there yet. It's a B-grade setup, maybe a C. You know you should wait for the A+, but your fingers are twitching. That voice in your head screams, if you don't enter now, you'll miss the move. And so you press the button. And 9 times out of 10, that B-grade trade turns into an F-grade loss. Here is the truth. Waiting is the single most profitable action you can take in trading. It's not about luck or talent. It's about conquering the deep psychological resistance your brain has to doing nothing. This video is not going to tell you to just be patient. That's useless advice. In less than 5 minutes, I'm going to show you the 3 hardwired psychological traps that force you to press the button prematurely, and I'll give you the exact mental tools to neutralize them. Mastering the art of waiting is the single fastest way to move from break-even to consistent profitability. Let's start by defining the core conflict. Your brain is addicted to dopamine. Every time the price moves, you get a little hit. The market is designed to be a slot machine that rewards you for checking it, not for trading it. You are literally fighting your own neurochemistry. The first psychological trap is the action bias illusion. This is the ingrained belief that activity equals productivity. Think back to caveman days. If you saw a rustle in the bushes, standing still and waiting might get you eaten. Action, running, fighting, hiding, was a survival mechanism. Our brains are hardwired for action. Waiting feels like vulnerability. It feels lazy. It feels like we are not doing our job. In trading, this bias manifests as the compulsive need to be doing something, checking, scanning, entering, exiting. You feel productive because you are engaging with the market, but you are not being profitable. You are mistaking the effort of trading for the edge of trading. Impatience in trading is rarely about the market. It's about you being uncomfortable with inaction. The A+ setup requires a period of perfect alignment. It requires the market to pause, correct, and signal its move. That waiting period feels like a vacuum, and your brain abhors a vacuum. It pushes you to fill it with B-grade trades, because some action is better than no action, according to your ancient programming. Here's the fix. You need to rewire your brain to associate waiting with power, not passivity. The tool for this is the pre-trade mental rehearsal. Here's how it works. When you identify a potential setup, say a zone where you want to enter, you don't just sit and stare. You use that waiting time to rehearse the trade perfectly in your mind. Step 1. Rehearse the win. Close your eyes for 30 seconds and vividly imagine the market hitting your entry price. See the perfect textbook execution. Feel the calm confidence of setting your stop loss and take profit. This anchors the positive outcome to your rules, not to the act of hoping. Step 2. Rehearse the loss. Now imagine the price running straight through your zone without triggering your entry. See yourself calmly closing the chart and walking away. Say to yourself, the setup was never confirmed. My capital is protected. This preemptively neutralizes the feeling of regret. By mentally rehearsing the perfect entry and the perfect walkaway, you are changing the internal narrative. You stop being the passive victim waiting for the market, and you become the proactive CEO of your trading plan. You are productive while waiting because you are doing mental prep.
The second psychological trap is the market as casino mindset. This trap manifests when you view the chart as a source of entertainment or random opportunity, rather than a map of probabilities. If you treat the market like a casino, you are driven by the gambler's fallacy. The fallacy dictates that after a series of red outcomes, losses, a green outcome, win, is due. Or if you've been sitting out for a long time, you feel like you are due a trade. This is fundamentally flawed. The market does not care how long you have been waiting. Every single candle, every moment is independent. Your setup doesn't appear because you're due. It appears because the institutional forces are finally aligning. When you are bored, the market suddenly looks active. You start bending your rules to fit the current price action. You look at a simple pullback and convince yourself, this is the start of the big move. I have to get in now. You are seeking excitement, and the market happily provides it, usually at a high cost. Here's the fix. You must shift your identity from the gambler who relies on luck and volume to the sniper who relies on precision and preparation. A sniper knows that moving and firing randomly is a guarantee of failure. They choose one optimal spot. They check the wind, they adjust for distance, and they wait hours, days, or weeks for the one single high-probability shot. The sniper is only paid for the quality of the hit, not the quantity of shots taken. Your job as a trader is to define your one high-probability shot, your A-plus setup, and wait for the crosswinds, volatility, to align perfectly. The zero trade day rule. Commit to accepting the zero trade day. Before the market opens, define the exact conditions required for an entry. If those conditions are not met, you have had a perfectly executed day because your strategy was followed. A profitable trading career is built on perfect execution of nothing when nothing is required. Stop judging your success by the number of trades taken and start judging it by the number of rules followed. A zero trade day where you followed all your rules is 100% success. A 10 trade day with one breach of your rules is a failure. This identity shift neutralizes the craving for entertainment. The third and most vicious trap is the FOMO debt cycle. This is the toxic consequence of a past missed opportunity. Imagine you missed a huge rally last week. You saw the setup, but you didn't pull the trigger. Now you carry that regret, that missed profit, as psychological debt. This debt makes you highly susceptible to regret aversion. The next time a half-decent setup appears, you don't evaluate it based on its own merits. You evaluate it based on the pressure to repay the FOMO debt. You think, I cannot miss this one like I missed the last one. I have to get this money back. This pressure is the opposite of objective analysis. It is fear-driven revenge against yourself. The trade you missed last week has zero bearing on the probability of the trade in front of you today. Here's the fix. The only way to kill FOMO debt is to internalize the true nature of probability, and the best way to do that is to externalize your results. You need the probability journal. Every trader knows they should journal, but this one is different. Step 1. Define 20 A-plus setups. Go through your charts and backtest 20 perfect setups that you missed or executed. Label the entry, the stop, and the target. Step 2. Define 20 missed entries. Now define 20 other times you could have entered but didn't because the setup was flawed. Label the flaws. Step 3. Track the long game. The probability journal proves that your edge works over a series of trades, not on any single one. When you are tempted to enter a B-grade trade, you look at your journal and see, this is a single random event. My edge is not dependent on this single candle. When you miss a trade and feel the sting of FOMO, go to your journal and write down, I missed 0.5% today, but I preserved 100% of my capital for the A-plus trade tomorrow. Your goal is to accrue statistical confidence, not temporary profits. FOMO is a debt only your mind creates. Pay it off with logic and statistical confidence, not rushed trades.
All right, let's wrap up this deep dive into the psychology of patience. You now have the tools to conquer the 3 traps. 1. The action bias, fixed by the pre-trade mental rehearsal. 2. The market as casino mindset, fixed by the trader as sniper identity. 3. The FOMO debt cycle, fixed by the probability journal. The key takeaway is that patience is not a virtue. It is a strategic advantage. It allows you to collect other traders' capital when their impatience forces them into B-grade or C-grade trades. The master trader doesn't win by being right more often. They win by trading less often and ensuring their risk capital is only deployed when the odds are stacked in their favor. Your job isn't to trade every day. Your job is to be ready on the one day that matters. If this psychological framework is the edge you needed to stop pressing the button prematurely, hit the like button and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.